Is your child risk adverse? Now, ask that question. I just wanted to know whether you've noticed, whether your child or your teenager, you've noticed that they're a little risk adverse. By risk adverse, I mean that could be anything from not willing to talk to strangers that might come up to you if you're at a restaurant, reticent to look someone in the eye, say hello, won't do, not big in getting up in front of talking in front of people, be it that it might be a school presentation. They don't want to put themselves in any risk of negative feedback. If you've noticed that, you'd be in line with me, because I've been teaching now for 25 years. I know, I don't look that old. But when I say teaching, I guess I'm more coaching. I run the Australian Acting Academy classes. We've got camps, workshops that I run. I'm an artist in residence in lots of state and private high and primary schools. And I have noticed over the past 25 years, and particularly in the last 3 years, a massive decline in the rate of our kids, I'll use kids to say kids and teenagers, to take a risk. I personally think that this is because the social media is poisoning them a little bit. I think that social media, Instagram, Snapchat, less so Facebook, only because I don't think there's many kids and teens on it, but they're so attached to likes and comments and followers that their social media habits are risk adverse. And this, I'm noticing, is coming into their performing arts ability. I just recently did a 4-day acting camp with 26 of the most amazing teenagers I've met in a long time. The benefit of a 4-day acting camp is that we had the safety net philosophy that we run by, no paying out and total support for each other, running for 4 days. Now, the first day, I was aware of the risk aversion from the first activity. So improvisational games and things where they might be putting themselves out there. Now remember, this is with a group of people who are like-minded, who love the performing arts. They're with their tribe, if you like, and they're still being risk adverse. Now by day 4, the good news is these guys were smashing any challenge that was being put forward to them. But I noticed it was a constant working on them to get them to push through their own limitations. And I don't think our schools, for that matter, are offering them enough of that. But what I'm saying is schools are under the pump to measure, to map, to, from NAPLAN to the school rating systems. They're out there to being pushed to get something that's measurable to prove they're doing their job. Well, kids don't need that as much if they're going to succeed. That's my personal truth. And I'm telling you that if we as parents, as a father of 4, I can say this, aren't looking for opportunities where we can get our kids off electricals where possible, but mitigate the time they're on electricals, and above all, we've got to start educating them that the social media world is not real, that the likes and the followers, half the time they can be, my own son was showing me the number of increases in likes, and I'm looking at some of the profiles in his Instagram, and I'm like, I don't even think these are real. I don't even think these are real people. So if we're getting influenced by fake followers, that's not healthy. So my advice is that as a community of, be it as parents, of people that are interested in alternate education, that people that know that there's more than what can be offered. And look, it's not definitely a criticism directed at the schools. They are doing their best. They don't have the time or the resources to do this. But where else can you invest time and energy in your child or your teen to get them to be less risk adverse? And why? Because that's a success skill that's going to take them through the rest of their life. I would think more than most things educationally, because it's going to be the confident kid that walks through the door held open by someone else. So that's my 2 cents worth, and I got a bit passionate there at the end, but when I saw these beautiful teenagers at the start of the camp and all the way through giving up or holding back, man, oh man, we inspired and we pushed and we prodded and we sometimes screamed, but we got them there. But that was hard work, and there's no way in the world that any teacher from any school is going to have the time or the resources to give that to your child. So where else can you get it? Now, I'm not just plugging the Australian Acting Academy. That's what we do. all right? But there must be, your child, I've got a son that's not interested in acting, but I know he's not getting this anywhere else, so I'm really encouraging him to start coming to classes. And he always comes back and goes, I don't want to be an actor, Dad. And I said, I don't care whether you want to be an actor. We've got plenty of entrepreneurs. We've got kids that went on to become award-winning entrepreneurs. We've got doctors, lawyers, drama teachers, filmmakers, writers, costume designers, set builders. The thing that when I talk to past students at the Academy is that we just had our first, but Josh Lawson was the first past Acting Academy student to get nominated for an Oscar, and he was writer-director of a short film. So I was talking to an actress recently that's now living and working professionally in Canada, and she said, Brennan, I went on to university and I gained skills from other places, but the thing that the Academy did was it gave me a safe place where I could expand, where I could creatively expand. I found my tribe, and I was able to have the confidence in myself to follow the direction in life I wanted to go. Whatever you choose, it doesn't have to be the Acting Academy, right? But choose somewhere that's going to nourish, encourage, and make safe your child and your teenager so that you can see them get the benefits. All the best. We'll see you soon.